But my life took a very drastic turn.
Guys, I'm here to talk about Quantico Season 1, Episode 7, Go. So much going on in all these episodes. Once you see something, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then you get something new, and you're like, ooh, what's that? So much. Let's talk about at Quantico. This is the 7th week, so they have midterms. And they have to basically take a test on everything they have learned thus far. Let's talk about the assignment. They go in class, they have a piece of paper, they think, oh, I'm gonna take a test. Miranda do her spiel, she leaves out. They flip it over, it's a blank piece of paper. Everybody like, what kind of test this is? And of course, Alex like, we need to figure out what's going on. It's evidence. They all put the papers together. It's 60 sheets of paper, and there are 61 people in the class. They're like, who didn't get a sheet of paper? No one said anything, so they look at surveillance. See surveillance? Brandon didn't get a sheet of paper. He's like, oh, I've been messing up, and I just went with the flow, and since it was a blank sheet of paper, I felt like I can live another day at Quantico. He's like, you know what, I'm going to leave before they kick me out. When they leave, Elias sees a device with a countdown on it. The door locks, the air condition cuts off, they're trapped. They interrogate Natalie because she's sleeping with him, so they feel like she knows him a little more, saying he's been acting funny, he's on medication, he goes out for a long walk the night before. They pull up surveillance and they see that he came in the room, he brought a bomb. So the device that Elias found connected to the bomb. Elias like, oh, Simon knows about bombs. Simon worked on the bomb, thought he disarmed it, and it opened the door temporarily, but then it speeded up the timer. Some people left, and some people stayed. Elias was like, I'm sorry, I got recruited for this, y'all volunteered. I ain't save a hoe today, okay? I gotta go. Alex like, go ahead, we understand. So the main people stay, and then some other people that are extra stay. Alex and Natalie and Shelby and Ryan try to disarm the bomb. It didn't disarm. It counted down. Everybody looking all at each other sentimental because they didn't know if it was real or it was play. And then when it went down, everything came back on, so they knew it was a part of the test. So the people who left out, they went home. Elias was in his room. He's like, I am not Captain Safe. I left a job that was paying money. Simon, you good. You're Superman. You can go ahead and do this. I ain't doing it. Simon's like, I'm going to miss you. Because they have bonded because he knows the truth of him. Well, some of it anyway. So Elias was like, just going to try one more time. And he did. And Simon kissed him. I was like, oh, he finally got what he wanted. He probably was happy. He can leave then. Shelby comes in the room and sees that both of them are gone. Well, basically Caleb. And that was like, your dude didn't tell you? That analyst, this was their final. If they passed, they graduated. If not, they left. It's not their midterm. She sees him, and then he basically got back promoted to being a nat. So let me back this up. Originally, Shelby and Caleb were role playing, and she comes in the room just with a trench coat on, probably didn't have anything else on. Luckily, she didn't open it up, talking to him, and his dad was standing there. So we see Director Haas and Shelby meet for the first time. And, he was there, he was just listening. And then later, Caleb is talking to his dad, and his dad's like, I want you to do something with your life, but basically you're a screw up. I give you $10,000 a month to do whatever you want to do, as long as it's not the FBI. He's like, dang, because his dad was like, I'm proud of you, but. And it kind of messed up, and I feel sorry for him because his dad is very successful. His mom is successful, and apparently he's just a screw up, but he tries, and Shelby believes in him. So, he tells Shelby about that, and then he kind of said something which was kind of insensitive, but I understand what he was trying to say. he tells Shelby, you don't have to worry about disappointing your parents. And she took it, I mean, I understand because her parents are dead, but try to get what he's trying to say. And when she sees his dad, it's like, you tried to bribe him. Like, he did well, he's still here. And his dad's like, he's dangerous to himself and other people. I had to literally save him and other people. So he probably did something that we got to figure out what he did later. But we'll see. So she goes off on him. Not disrespectfully, but probably what he was like, oh, probably looking at her like, oh, she talks to me in kind of way, even though I'm the director. So that's probably what the initial attraction that he had for her. Probably reveal that later. Haas and O'Connor is talking in the office, and Alex is listening and is just asking, like, is she still digging about her dad? And he was like, no, he's worried about Ryan. And then they mentioned something about Chicago. So Alex like, Alex talks to Ryan, but she had told him to stay away from him. And he's like, you know, I feel bad about what I did to you, and I have to sit here and see you, and it hurts. I was like, aw. And later she goes to his room, and she asks about Chicago. And first he wasn't going to tell her, but basically what happened was there was an operation, and because of the higher up, it went sideways, which was O'Connor. He, being a team player, took the blame for it because some people got hurt, and then it blew up in his face. So Alex was like, you know, you had no choice because you were taking orders. And then they touch hands. I was like, Sparks. This reminds me of Scandal when Fitz touched Olivia's hand. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. And then Alex goes and pull her surveillance in O'Connor's face and to let him know she was watching. And she was like, if you don't get Ryan back his career that he works hard for, I'm going to keep digging and find out what happened in Chicago. I was like, oh, go ahead, girl. Do it for your boo. O'Connor asked Ryan to meet him. Why you didn't call him in your office? And then why you always meeting on the side? Like, the mission is over. He tells him, here's your badge back. Ryan like, hold up. First, you demote me and then throw Chicago in my face. Then you want me to do this assignment, which I didn't want to do. Bring me back to Quantico, then tell me that I'm on probation, and if I don't succeed out of the training, then I am out of the FBI. And now you're going to give me my badge back? Boo, let me think about it. I was like, go ahead on, Ryan. And before Ryan had got a envelope from the FBI, it had a picture of two dudes in it. So at the end, we see that he's going off to figure out whatever that is. Probably has something to do with Chicago. My theory right now is whatever happened in Chicago was tied to her dad and O'Connor and Haas. And some kind of way Alex knew about it, but don't know she knows. And by them sitting here worrying about her so much, it's just making her want to dig more. And then that's the whole cover-up. I don't think when it happened in Chicago, but I think it was an aftermath of whatever happened. I don't know, but I just feel like all this is tied together. So, you know, Simon was in the bathroom. I was just like, why are you so mad that they didn't tell you? You have been lying to everybody the whole time. So why are you mad about you got bamboozled? So he's like, I got plans, Miranda. Miranda's like, hold on. Don't think you got me in your crosshair, boo, but I can help you and take this probation off of your record if you keep the secret. So, you know, Rima's trying to talk to him. It's like, stay away from me, both of y'all. Stay away. I was like, really, dude? You just so much drama. And we see later, Rima talks to Miranda's like, we can't keep this secret because you want us all to trust each other, but we lying to them. So she brings in the twins. And Namah didn't have her hairpiece on. I was like, that girl, she been around. She Americanized. She been around the block. She ain't a virgin. Rima was more pure and a virgin. I was like, this girl, she might have been a scrubble back in the day. Okay. Simon and Rima finally meet, which, please let me know, people. I might be confused because I thought he liked Namah. And Namah was the one he kissed. And then Rima seemed like she didn't like him, or he irritated her the whole time. But then at the end it seemed like he really liked Namah's personality. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's pretty much it. So let's talk about current day. Natalie, told O'Connor that Ryan is working with Alex, and we clearly see it because he goes and talks to Miranda. I don't know if they heard what they were saying, but he asked Miranda for the number for the twins so they can track the twins down. She gave him the burner phone that he had. They traced the twins. Simon and Alex go and find them. Simon didn't want to go, but she didn't know that what happened to Namah. They see footage at the station, and it's like Namah's alive. She's standing across the street from the house that Namah's supposed to be in, but nobody's coming out, nobody's coming in, and she can't see in the house, so she don't know if she's alive. Simon has thermal goggles that he can see in the house and see that there's a woman in there. So Rima goes in the house to get Namah out. My thing with that is Namah's walking around the house. You see what she got on. Rima come in the house. First of all, if you're on lockdown, what did Namah do? Sneak out the back door to come through the front? Like, you don't think nothing wrong with that. So Namah's in the bathroom. Rima goes in there and they change places. Namah's like, what y'all have done? I didn't come back because the leader has been gone for 2 days. I connected with him, got close to him. Simon's like, you slept with him. Why you worried? She undercover. Sometimes you gotta sleep with somebody. She didn't mind. And she was like, I gotta go back because when he shows up, I can find out. They know they're targeting landmarks, but they don't know where, they don't know who. And when he comes back, because they're close, he's gonna want Rima to do something, and she ain't gonna do it. And he gonna know it ain't Namah. Okay, they decide, let her go back. We will protect Rima. And then, you can find out the truth and take them down. They agree. Natalie is told by O'Connor, like, well, we're Ryan. When they find out that Alex is with him, then we're going to go in and take her. Ryan and Shelby. Shelby talks to Caleb and kind of slips, so it's like the cover's blown, so they're about to leave. Natalie's like, where are you going? Ryan's like, I've been trying to tell you, but you're not listening. And Shelby's like, even though I was mad with Alex, she didn't do it. Natalie gives him 1 hour, but basically put a tracker in his jacket. They go to the location at the same time when Namah is trying to get her sister out so they can change places. And so they hear the police siren. So the people in the house think it's for them. And then they start coming out shooting, so they all die. And then the leader comes out. I don't know if he saw the two twins because one was kind of hiding behind the bush, but he ended up shooting Ryan. I was like, Ryan, why you got to get shot again, man? You just came out the hospital. Now you shot again. Shelby and Simon got taken into custody, and then Alex tried to take Ryan, to get away, but he's slow because he got a really bad gunshot wound, and Natalie stopped. And he's like, please. And Alex like, I'll give up if you help Ryan. She's like, y'all go. Let me tell you something, Natalie. You have let your boo go. You are single now, okay? You can change your Facebook status because once you let Ryan go with his love of his life, Alex, your relationship was gone. She could have sit here and took Alex in custody. She could have kept Ryan, took him to the hospital, and took care of him, and let Alex go by herself. No, you let your boo go back into the love of life. He like you, but he love her. So you done messed up, boo. So, might as well just go ahead and take your draw that you got at his place and take it back to your place because it is over. Subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you think. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll talk to you next week when we see what else juicy things when Alex and Ryan start bonding again.
But my life took a very drastic turn.